Hey YouTube, Carrot Twig here, bringing you all an update to my Digital Bug Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile for post Blazing Vortex. We got one new monster in the latest Yu-Gi-Oh booster set, Blazing Vortex, for the Digital Bug deck. I've always been interested in this deck. It's a very unique type of deck where it focuses on using light insect type monsters to Xyz summon into rank 3 insect monsters, and then being able to rank up into higher versions of different Xyz monsters based on using different effects for the deck altogether. So it really comes together when you use level 3 monsters for the majority of your extra deck summons, and then focus majorly on just summoning out all these different insect monsters as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So we got the one new Digital Bug monster for the deck, with that new card being the Digital Bug Registrator. With this card, it cannot be used as an Xyz material for an Xyz summon except for the Xyz summon of an insect monster, which will be shared with all of the different Digital Bug monsters. When you normal summon a level 3 insect monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can make both this card and that monster's level 5 or 7. If this card is special summoned from the hand, you can change the battle position of one insect monster you control. And an Xyz monster that was summoned using this card on the field gains this effect. It gains 1000 attack and defense. So this card literally does everything that all the Digital Bug plays are meant to do in the deck. They have the power boosts, they change the battle position of your opponent's monsters, and also make it so you can go into any of the Digital Bug monsters, whether it's our level 3 main one, which is Digital Bug Scare Radiator, or any of the higher level ones like Core Badge or even Rhino Sabis for those plays. You have all these options available to you, so it's a definite 3 of for this and the good majority of all of our Digital Bug monsters, because they all work very, very well together. So we're running 3 Digital Bug Cocoon Denser as well. With this card having the option, once per turn, if this card's in attack position, you can target a level 3 insect monster in your graveyard, change this card to defense, and if you do special summon that monster in defense position, and then also if it's used for an Xyz summon, that monster gains the monster effect. If this card attacks a defense monster, it inflicts, basically your opponent cannot activate card or effects until the end of damage step. I almost thought it was a piercing effect for a second there, but forgot that this is the one that stops your opponent from activating anything. But going off of these special summons, once again, for cards like Digital Bug Registrator, makes it all the better, and rank 3 plays are your main source of power in the deck. So we're also running 3 of the next Digital Bug, which is Digital Bug Centibite. With this one, the restriction on the Xyz for insect type monsters as well. And also with this card, you can change from attack to defense once per turn to special summon one level 3 insect monster from your deck in defense position. And gaining the Xyz monster, this card can attack all defense monster your opponent controls each. So swapping to defense with cards like Registrator makes it all the better, because it gives you one additional monster for you to attack with your Xyz monster you go into. And I also run 3 Digital Bug Web Solder with this one, for the option of switching to defense to special summon one level 3 insect monster from your hand, and gaining the Xyz monster, the defense of all face-up monster your opponent control becomes 0, and change them to defense position when this card is Xyz summoned. It's really, really fun just to activate all the different Digital Bug monster effects and then rely on the Xyz monster you go into, which we're not limited to just the Digital Bugs. We have plenty of other options in the deck in the form of number 3 Cicada King and also number 20 Giga Brilliant for all these different plays. So very, very fun, depending on what the play you want to go into for the summon of the Xyz material. With the final of the Digital Bugs being 3 Digital Bug LED Bug, Lady Bug, playing off of obviously LED, with the attack from defense position to add a level 3 insect type monster from your deck to your hand. So you'd be just being able to even add Registrator or any of the other ones to your hand for search power, and then going off of the special summon. And when this card destroys a monster by battle, giving this card effect to the Xyz monster, you draw a card. So it gave us draw power. This card came out after the original release in Shining Victories, and that came out in Maximum Crisis. So we actually haven't seen too much support for the Digital Bug deck up till now since that support, but still draw power, changing your opponent's monster positions, with the biggest weakness of the deck obviously being link monsters, but still a big play to go into altogether. For some more of the bug support to help with the deck, I also run 3 Battle Wasp Twin Bow the Attacker. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you can special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except for insect monsters, and you can only use this effect of Battle Wasp Twin Bow the Attacker once per turn. You can make a second attack during each battle phase, but you're mostly just going to use it for the fodder of your Xyz summon, since it's a level 3 monster, just like all your other Digital Bugs. So great for the play there, and you're not really limited with the attributes in this deck. You just are limited to summoning out insect Xyz monsters from the extra deck. I also run 3 Galaxy Worm to finish off the monsters for the insect lineup. We do run a few link monsters in the extra deck as well. We're limited for the plays with the digital bugs for insect Xyz monster. It cannot be used as Xyz material, the Xyz summon, but you still have other options for the special summons if you want to go into link monsters. And Galaxy Worm helps with that, or even just going into more Xyz plays when it's normal summon while you control no other monsters to special summon a level 3 or lower Galaxy effect monster from your deck. So it just lets you get out another Galaxy Worm onto the field. Then you can overlay the 2 into your rank 3 monster of choice. We're running 3 just as another additional insect monster to have with all the other monsters we run in the deck for our plays. And since the majority of our monsters in the deck, including the extra deck, are light monsters, we also run 3 Honest, just a good power choice when attacking, or if our opponent is attacking into our monsters, to protect our kind of lower attack point insect monsters. Scare Radiator does have 1800 attack, so it's a pretty good power boost there, but a good majority of things can still attack over it. So just being able to rely on Honest for that protection is one of my hand traps of choice, with the final one and the final monster for the main deck being Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Just once again a hand trap option, because the big play would just be relying on 2 of the insect type monsters in our deck to go into an Xyz play. So being able to rely on a hand trap if our opponent were to go first, just to stop some more of their search play and make it so we can be, open with their play disrupted to go into our main extra deck summon afterwards. And that is it for the main monsters in the main deck. We'll now move on to the spells. I run 3 Bug Signal. This is a quick play rank up spell for the digital bugs. You target 1 insect Xyz monster you control, special summon from your extra deck 1 insect type monster that is 2 ranks higher or lower than that monster you control by using it either as Xyz material. This special summon is treated as an Xyz summon. Xyz material attached to that monster also become Xyz material on that summon monster. You can only activate it once per turn, but with Registrider being able to raise the level of our digital bugs after we summon it to either 5 or 7, being able to overlay into those monsters, and then having either the rank up or rank down option with Bug Signal means we're not limited to our summons with this card. That's why I like running 3 of it, because then we can go into the rank 5, or if we're already in the rank 5, have the option to go into the 7 or the rank 3, depending on the play we want to go into. I also run 2 Bug Matrix. This is the field spell in the deck. All insect type monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense. You can target 1 face-up insect Xyz monster you control and attach 1 insect type monster from your hand to that monster as Xyz material. Adding more material just helps with some of the detach monster effects, so the power boost is a big play also, but I only run 2 of this card. You have to invest your own cards into it, and also the boost is the main play of it. So once you activate one of these, just the risk of your opponent destroying it is why I run a second copy, but other than that, it doesn't really add any additional plus to the deck, so it's fine just at 2. And then for some of the one-ofs, I run 1 Terraforming to search out the field spell and just thin the deck out a little more. 1 Call by the Grave, stopping our opponent's graveyard plays once again. Monster Reborn to special summon more resources onto the field, especially to give us an Xyz monster, and then rank up or rank down with it using Bug Matrix. And then lastly, the 1 Pot of Avarice. You do go through the monsters pretty quickly in this deck, so just having the recycle option for a good amount of them back into the deck for a draw 2 can give us more resources to use with more of our summons. We just need 2 of those level 3 monsters to go for another play using that card. And then for the traps, I run 2 Bug Emergency. You target 2 level 3 insect type monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, but their effects are negated. You can banish this card and 1 Xyz monster from your graveyard. The levels of all level 3 insect monsters you can currently control become equal to the banished monster's rank until the end of this turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except for insect type monsters, which doesn't really limit you at all, but it's just a quick way to get out another monster onto the field using your resources in the graveyard for the play. With the last of the traps being back to the front, I considered Trap Trick just as a quicker way to go into Bug Emergency. So if you don't want the special summon option of back to the front, Trap Trick can always be another option for you to use for that play altogether. And that is it for the main deck. We'll now move on to the extra deck. I run 3 Digital Bug Scare Radiator. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 2 Xyz material from this card, then target 1 monster your opponent controls and change its battle position. If you do, its effects are negated until the end of this turn. And once per turn, when this card destroys your opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can attach that destroyed monster to this card's Xyz material. Now, that's the scary part of it. Having the option to attach that 1 material then works that much better with Bug Matrix, being able to attach another one and have the battle position effect all reloaded onto this card since it takes 2 Xyz material. But also being able to attach materials onto this card can potentially be beneficial, especially if you had a, let's say, rank 5 and you rank down into this card and the rank 5 had 2 material already on it. Giving just that 1 additional card can have 2 detached battle position changes for Scare Radiator. That's why we're running 3 of this card. You can attach 2 or more level 3 Lightning Insight type monsters to it, all the better for the Xyz summon, but you just want more and more plays and investments for your rank 3s to go into altogether. I also run 2 Digital Bug Core Badge. With this one, it's a rank up option, but with also our Registrator, we have plenty of options just to use this card with its rank up to go into this card as well for the plays, and also just being able to detach material off of one of our rank 3s on the field for all the better, meaning that we can just use Bug Signal for even, the option of attacking with multiple insects during the battle phase of our Xyz monsters, but it takes away from the detach of the Xyz material if you were to do so with these cards also. But then giving you the option for the shuffle back power of this card makes it all the better. And if it also battles and changes that position of that monster, you can attach 1 insect monster from your card to this card, giving you more resources for this one to use altogether. And then lastly, 2 Digital Bug Rhinocebus. With this one, having the same detach power for this one, but also being able to attach 1 card from this card to destroy face-up monsters your opponent controls with the highest defense. So it's a more destruction-based card against your opponent, but still great for that resource because it's that easy to summon this card out as well. For some of the more generic insect-type monsters, I run 1 number 3 Cicada King and 1 number 20 Giga Brilliant. Having both of these options is a big plus for sure for all of our different summons, especially with Cicada King working very well with the insect plays and Giga Brilliant working for just a power boost with our Bug Signal being all the better, putting this card at a pretty high attack point power. And also just being a once per turn, remember that, but just another insect option available to us, with another rank up option being number 28 Titanic Moth when we have our rank 5 Digital Bug Core Badge on the field to summon out and then rank up into Titanic Moth, giving us more battle damage as well if this card attacks directly for that play. But using its effect, the battle damage inflicted will be half, but could still be the little damage you needed against your opponent to finish off the duel. And then for the Link monsters, I run 1 Hippo Shenengan, 1 Barricade Board Blocker, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Cerberus, and the 1 Nightmare Unicorn. We just run the 5 Link monsters for the lineup. If you want to run Insector Piccofelina, just being an insect-type Link monster option to go into, you can take out one of the Nightmare monsters, potentially the Cerberus, since you want to handle the monsters mostly with the Digital Bug Xyz, but that's player preference at that point as well. And as for the go-to plays, as I spoke of before, with Registrator being one of our main go-to plays, especially when you normal summon a level 3 monster and being able to special summon this card from your hand, will then give you the option for raising the level of the monsters on the field by changing the battle position of an insect-type monster, using that for the gained effect from the hand. You can change the battle position of it for that option, and also just being able to summon out this card, special summoning your Registrator onto the field, and then making both the cards either level 5 or 7. You can then choose the level you want. Let's say we make it level 5, overlaying the 2 together to then go into Core Badge. Then gives us the play, if we have both of these cards, to detach to go into the rank 7, or even using our Bug Signal to then rank up the monster using 2 ranks higher or lower. So then we can go into Scare Radiator, which if we have the field spell on the field, being able to attach an insect monster on it will not only gain the additional effects of the card used for the Xyz material on that, but the detach 2 that we spoke of before as well. Or if you decide to instead go into the rank down version, you have the rank up option as well for all of these, and then still having the same attached power, just more of a power play depending on the materials attached to it, and the detached power as well. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. It's definitely an interesting take. I'm not sure if we'll ever see any Digital Bug support in the future as well, but if we do, it definitely, would be cool to see maybe a different take on them, like maybe some Link monsters, or just some different ranks, especially like maybe a rank 9 as a true boss monster. But until then, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.